If I was rich and famous. If I was rich and famous. If I was rich and famous, I'd buy the house next door and evict my neighbours. And that might sound heinous, but I need somewhere to store all my different trainers. They say money might change you, fam, and the change will be instantaneous. Might as well go with a different alias now that I'm rolling like cigarette papers.
If I was rich and famous, if I was famous and rich, people would say that my drip too clean and my trainer collection taking the piss. I didn't know that my car could rap, look, watch the exhaust, I'm making it spit. Then again, I should be in a hospital bed, I've been diagnosed, I'm blatantly sick. If I was rich and famous, I'll buy the house next door, turn it to the booth, and I ain't gotta worry about neighbours, crank that to 100, we all need soundproof. And I bet my security won't play games, they'll slap man's head, no dot dot goose. Rich and famous, rich and dangerous, feel like a pirate, got that loot.
If I got rich and famous, I'll make my own TV show like Shameless. Throw a party for my neighbours, even make my own brand of trainers. Make the place light up like the strips in Vegas. Purchase a mansion, elegant and spacious. 10 cars on a driveway, parked up looking outrageous. Crazy. But I ain't selling out to be famous, I'd rather be broke and poor. As long as I got food and clothes on my back and cannabis bud that's pure. Cannabis. When I was younger, I had to sleep on the floor. I never got fed too much. After I had food, I was like, please sir, can I have some more?
If I was rich and famous, I'd buy the house next door and evict my neighbours. And that might sound heinous, but I need somewhere to store all my different trainers. They say money might change you, fam, and the change will be instantaneous. Might as well go with a different alias now that I'm rolling like cigarette papers.
If I was rich, I'd be dressing the finest. Buy a Rolex, still ask what the time is. Get a chauffeur just so I could drive him. I'm lying, each flight will be private. Minted, still the tightest. 8-10 for a rum, I'll be causing a riot. My girl wanna go for a 3-course meal, only got enough to get us a meal deal. Fame got weird, I'd hide in that. Fans want a selfie while I'm buying a bat. Bit in the bank, still tight with the cash. Uber took 5 quid cause I'm using the app. I buy a mansion, still want a flat. Paparazzi's ass, why he's dressed like that. Buy a thick gold chain just to walk my cat. Got the neighbours saying he's a massive squat.
If I was famous and rich, blood, I wouldn't go switch. Me, I buy a brolly for everybody up in a diff. Man, I swear this rain keeps taking a piss. Then I go roll me a meathead spliff that's as fat as the back of Brazilian chicks. And if we're talking rich, no, I don't mean no million quid, I mean Rothschild bread. I still think if I had that money, I'd have lost my head. I'd spend my days eating oxtail, trying to just sit by the beach saying alright dread. That's a fortnight spent doing all night sex cause I haven't got to work or sort my debts. What would I do if I was rich and famous? I'd run a non-profit, take all their bread, you're mad.
If I was rich and famous, I'd buy the house next door and evict my neighbours. And that might sound heinous, but I need somewhere to store all my different trainers. They say money might change you, fam, and the change will be instantaneous. Might as well go with a different alias now that I'm rolling like cigarette papers. If I was filthy rich, I would MC less, but I'd still be sick. And I got a flow so silky slick, so you'd have a hard time trying to fill these kicks. And they're asking me what I bring to the table while I'm at the table that's filled with chips. I just evicted my neighbours, so now the house next door is just filled with kicks. If I was rich and famous, I'd pay my child support as a one-time payment. I'll take my kids to a different country, but I don't know which country I'd take them. Cause we're still deciding which country we'd wanna reside in. And we've got a personal pilot flying this plane we're soaring the skies in. If I was rich and famous, I'd buy the house next door and evict my neighbours. And that might sound heinous, but I need somewhere to store all my different trainers. They say money might change you, fam, and the change will be instantaneous. Might as well go with a different alias now that I'm rolling like cigarette papers.